One.
And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more just to dig through a bargain box all damn day and be a cheap ass when I pay. The Proclaimers. Welcome to No Bangers episode 54. I am joined by Rod from Picking and Punching Cards, Cary from American Arbitrage Cards, and I'm Tim from Over the Years Sports, the only one who actually did his thing.
So disturbed that he couldn't even move his roid-ridden arms.
No, I'm trying to turn my ringer off on my phone. It wasn't turned off, and you have this stupid intro.
Why was that a stupid
It's
intro?
a Nokia, right? You just got to turn off Snake and then just press the side until it turns off.
Those Motorola phones were indestructible, bro. Shout out Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank, who's a member here on the No Banger Sports Card channel. We used to get absolutely hammered in Mark's parents' basement. And I remember on multiple occasions, Frank the Tank would just throw that phone across the room, and it would just break into like 5 pieces, and he would just put them all back together, and it would be like
talk
nothing
cell
ever
phones,
happened.
guys. I've worked, believe it or not, at several cell phone places. Singular. I've worked at Sprint. I've worked at Cricket. What do you guys want to know?
Did you guys ever have any beep beeps phones?
I had a beep beep. Next up, beep beep.
I actually had the phone number I have right now. It was the same phone number I've had since the first cell phone I ever bought. And the first cell phone I ever bought was singular, and it was the first camera phone ever. And you used to have an attachment that you would have to put into the bottom of your phone. Dude, that was like as pixelated as I don't even know. Like,
how does this have to do with cards?
Oh yeah,
why are we talking about cell phones?
I know this guy is good. There's gonna be a guy in the comment section.
I had a Motorola Rocker. Do you remember those? One of the first like MP3 phones. Oh my gosh, that thing was. I would just want breaks at work just so I could sit and listen to music. Sometimes I just do it when I probably wasn't on break. But don't
shout out. You know what people would probably listen to if they had that right phone right now?
What?
No Banger Sports Card Podcast on Spotify. Shout out to the Spotifyers.
Shout out.
We got any Spotify comments lately? Rod, I feel like we've abandoned some of the Spotifyers.
No, we haven't abandoned them. They just haven't been leaving real good comments. So you guys need to increase your comments. That came out really wrong.
There goes our hopes of getting monetized on Spotify sooner rather than later.
Thanks, comments are beautiful and they're very thoughtful, and I don't think you're giving them credit, Rod.
Yeah, hey Spotifyers, leave some more Spotify comments so we can prove Rod wrong, and we'll do a Spotify segment next 2 weeks from now. Oh, also, I have to make a clarification on a sports card show announcement that I made. Not in one episode, but 2 episodes because of the Big Tom episode that we recorded. So that card show I told you guys about is not in Miami, Florida. It is in Miami, Ohio. So,
yeah, it's slightly north.
Just wanted to clarify that as one of our big supporters, Tommy B from Solid Gold Sports Cards, has the show coming up in Miami of Ohio. I'll get that information on my phone. I'm completely unprepared, and I'll give you guys the information for that at some point during this show.
And the card, I also want to clarify something. I was talking about a Michael Jackson card in a previous episode. It was not the singer. It was the former Baltimore Raven wideout, I believe, Michael Jackson.
Do you know people who are showing up in Miami for this card show? What have you done to our audience? Literally, what have you done?
Where did you say it was in Miami?
Miami County Fairgrounds.
Oh, the people just at the fairgrounds wondering where the Bangtown card show is.
We're gonna show some type of alligator fest or something like that now, and then poor guys showing up their Zion case.
Yeah, people just with their blazers with their sleeves.
I saw an ad for a show that he was having this past weekend, and I was like, damn, this dude gets around. This show is in Indiana or something like that. It might not even be in Ohio. The show might actually be in Indiana.
Oh my god.
You don't know where the show is, guys. Nobody knows.
All right, for future reference,
I don't even remember us talking about it.
For Tim, all right.
Okay, it is in Peru, not the country. Just to clarify,
Peru.
So It
So
is
it's not in Miami.
Okay, here we go. This is the official legitimate thing, and I'm gonna read it
They need to
properly
pay
this
us.
time.
Shout out.
Can you just double check it first to make sure?
I have it in my
Poor
face.
guy has already had shows in Miami, Florida, has shown Peru, the country, and now
In
it has
Ohio.
shown-
I thought it was in Ohio because of Miami of Ohio University. So it is the Miami County Cavalcade of Cards show,
Okay.
January 31st. So this will be perfect in time.
Yeah.
The other episodes, that's a long shot. 2026, January 31st, at the Miami County Fairgrounds. The address is 1029 West 200 North, Peru, Indiana, 46970 from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
I bet you that's if you walk into that show with some Mendoza, you know what I'm saying right now?
Man.
You're not gonna be able to hold on to it.
How do you get his show wrong?
Shout out
twice?
Miami County, guys. Bring your Mendoza to the Miami County show and see what happens.
In Peru, Indiana.
I think we should we should find the most random card show in America every week and just talk about it for 5 minutes.
Didn't we we stayed somewhere in Indiana that was used to be a Polish war ground or something like that. What was it called again? It wasn't Shawshank. Where was that place we stayed at, Cary? Warsaw, Indiana.
Yeah, it was Warsaw.
Shout out Warsaw, Indiana.
So Tim, a question for you. So I know that you had a very strong opinion about Notre Dame not making playoffs.
Yes.
Now do you think that they made the right choice with Miami?
No.
How well they played last night?
No.
Why? God damn it, Tim.
I mean, the process. I mean, it's not necessarily anything against Miami. It's more so the process. Let's be perfectly honest, though. Notre Dame would have ran through every single team in that football playoff and would have given Indiana the best game and probably would have won against Indiana, if we're being perfectly honest.
No possible way.
Let's just call a spade, you know?
Oh my God. Tim.
You got
Timmy.
that Golden Dome hysteria right now. I don't feel like that's based on any reality.
Bro, I found a
Jeremiah Love can't play every single position for the Fighting Irish.
His first Bowmans, if you find his first Bowman stuff, they are smoking hot right now. I just found a first Bowman teal wave, and it's like a $15, $20 card.
What about this first Bowman?
Price?
Is that Dadarian Price?
Yeah, the 25.
Wow.
That's a monster one.
Yeah.
What's that comping at right now?
Dude, it's all over like 130 to like the 200.
You gonna?
I just realized.
No, my buddy. So when me and my buddies were ripping, he actually pulled it. So I'm gonna trade him some wax and some like Buccaneer stuff for it. So
nice.
Yep. On there. So
you guys were holding hands again this week, no?
Briefly for about a second. So it's funny because when me and Cary go to card shows, like we each both see each other, but then we get like sidetracked or on those side quests, and then like an hour goes by, and then I'll see him, he'll see me, but like, yeah, I'm done, I'm leaving. I'm like, all right,
we're all haggling for like a rack pack box of 1988 tops while I'm trying to find some cards to sell.
Dude,
yeah, I mean, we went like 8 hours at a time without seeing Rod. The only time I would actually find Rod at National was because he was live on YouTube. Looked like he was going live from my singular.
Yeah, Rod would just randomly appear just like from behind us. He's like, I just saw Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I'm like, what the hell, dude?
Bro, you had to turn on your mic a little bit, buddy. There's a lot of good people around there, bro. Come on,
a lot. No, you're very much like the what is it? You're a social butterfly, but you're good with like networking and stuff. So you were all over like finding people and meeting people. It was awesome, honestly.
But yeah,
so I was like that.
How many people did you approach in the bathroom though? That's the real question, Rod. You seem like a bathroom approacher.
I have no idea what you're referring to, and I'm not approaching anyone in the bathroom. And we should strike this from the record right now because I don't need any type of.
Yeah, he's just up at the urinal, standing a card. He's like, it just says Tarleton State on it. And
he's like, "Oh, Jeff Wilson, how's it going, pal?"
That was a third string safety for Tarleton State. And
anyway, so
shout out Tarleton State.
Me and Cary with
5 so far, and we're only 10 minutes.
I actually let me tell you what I did, and this is gonna be funny for you guys. So you guys know I put out those every week. I put out those Friday shorts where I tell people about cards they should be looking for.
Must watch, guys.
And I actually have done really well. I found an Alfredo Dunno this weekend, which I talked about literally on Friday, found it on Saturday, like a $50 card. I found some of the Jelani Cambridge stuff. Talia Scott, whose stuff is even going crazier again now because she's just absolutely on a roll right now. Anyways, so I put the video out on TikTok this week, and like I started, putting locations in, and for some odd reason, it came up Dallas Card Show as my location, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And I Dallas Card Show, and I got like almost 200 new followers off of that video, and it only has like 6,000 views, but I got like 200 new followers. People seem to really enjoy that video. I guess I don't know if it had anything to do with me selecting Dallas Card Show as my location, but it was worth it. Speaking of Dallas Card Show, you guys want to talk about the Dallas Card Show trade that's gone viral?
Yes. Actually, I can try to pull it up because I did see it. Oh, I don't know if I can pull it up. Tim, do you want to talk more about it? Cary doesn't know about it.
It's on Gucci. Gucci Rips did a review of the trade.
On IG?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me go pull that up.
Apparently, this kid made a trade with a guy who's on another, like on Instagram or TikTok or something like that. And apparently, allegedly, the kid didn't make the trade. The kid's dad made the trade, but the kid was in the short for some reason. He made the trade. But the word is out that this is not a even trade. And then like people were trying to like make it seem like it was an even trade because the kid sold the card that he traded for $75,000 the next day and made profit. But I don't know. To me, it's good for him, though. First, I will say this. If they did sell that card and they made a profit and they came out on top, good for them because that's what it's all about. Cary and I and Rod talk about this all the time. You're never going to make money unless you make money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't lose money if you're making a profit, all that sort of stuff that we say, right? Like, you guys know what we talk about here. But still, nonetheless, I think it was a pretty awful trade. And I heard the trade, like I was watching the video and I saw the trade and I was like, there's like, I'm trying in my mind, I'm just like, I don't know how anybody could rationalize.
Are they saying the kid lost the trade?
Yes. But the kid, they're also saying that the kid didn't make the trade. The dad made the trade, but the kid's in the video. I don't know.
Yeah. I can't find it. What was the name of the guy who posted
Gucci
it up?
Rip.
Gucci Rips.
Yeah, but it's not showing up.
Okay.
Was it on his story?
Can I send it to you?
Yeah. Send it to me on IG.
Send it to you on IG? Okay.
Yeah. So I can pull it up here.
Don't forget to follow Over the Year Sports on Facebook. We're almost at 300 subscribers, 300 members. So we're, 9,700 away from monetization. But we're getting there one day at a time.
Then when you're monetized, just show a picture of 1990 Donruss for 10 cents a piece. And then enjoy, because that totally blew up for me. And that was not even the first time I've shared that. That was
what about the top loaders? They come for you for the top loader market?
They did a little bit, yeah. It was slow at first, but I was saying I'll go a step further because it really is annoying when they write in Sharpie on the penny sleeve. Not because you can't. Everybody's like, just replace it. They're a penny. That's not the point. It's just extra work that's not needed is the point. Like I have to take each out and put a new penny sleeve on when I could have just moved it directly to my auction or
so we need to figure out a show that we can all go to again soon because before
let's go to this. What's this one in Miami County? When is it?
Because before Nationals, we have Nashville National is an option.
I want to go to Nashville
or
Tim, did you send me this
card show. I did. I just sent it to you. Picking and punching cards.
I'm literally on my account, and you're not. There's nothing that came through.
Did you get a beep or something from your beeper? That should alert you of a message.
It says you just saw it just now. It says seen just now.
Has somebody hacked your account?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Rod just doesn't know how to spell Gucci.
Bro, it is... It doesn't say I seen it. It says you seen it because I sent you the last thing. There's nothing that's come through.
Oh, man, look. I sent it to you, bro. Just go to GUCCIRIPS.
That's what I went to. It wasn't pulling up.
Okay, so also check me out on www.dibditcards.com. I will not be live this week because I'm going to be in the DR scouting Dominican baseball prospects.
Yeah, it's his sixth video. If you go into the video section, it's the sixth one down.
My stuff is not working right now. My ING's nuts. I'm going to log off and log back on. Anyway, just talk about your card show pickups, Cary.
Well, no, we're gonna.
I'm gonna get that. Just give me a second.
Okay.
We can come right back to it.
My bad.
You see, right now he's raging and punching.
Manetti, the steroids kicked in.
All right, yeah. I went to 2 shows this weekend. I went to the Apopka Orlando card show where I saw Rod for a brief moment, and then I went to the Duval card show in outside of Jacksonville at the North Florida campus, University of North Florida. Both good. I did better at the Duval card show. There was a guy that I bought from a couple times. This was like the second time. He always had, the bargain boxes where it's like, if you buy this amount, you get this kind of a discount. He was a dude who I love this. And I like when dealers do this. Like, he was wanting to move some inventory. He's had probably some of it sitting there for a while. Some of it I had seen in previous shows, but now that it was, basically buy one, get one free, was almost all his boxes were buy one, get one free. So half off if you bought an even number, right? I picked up some stuff that I had seen the previous time, and I believe there was quite a bit that was new. So I did really well. I got some really cool cards in those boxes. I mean, singles, I didn't find any like $100 cards, but a lot of like, $15 cards, like in that range, $10, $15 cards. Like I got a Lauren Jackson for $5, which I sold for $9 something but I was able to give somebody a deal because I got it at a good deal too. So yeah, it was a good show and it was a good time and a real good energy. And then Orlando is one of my favorite, the Apopka show to go to every month here in this area. It's a very small show, but consistent dealers that'll make deals. So
them small shows.
Yeah, it's pretty like big. Super small show. Like, I don't know if it's like 40 tables, the Apopka show. But...
I mean, the show I went to was like 7 tables.
Dang.
10 tables. But it was at my favorite sports card shop in the world, which eventually, hopefully, you guys will one day be able to come up here and we could spend 12 hours
Bel Air
boxes. Yeah, the Bel Air sports card shop.
Yeah, that's on the list. I want to go.
They had a show. So they have like an event room where they host like birthday parties and stuff like that. And they had a show there, and the show was from 4 to 8, and then there was trade night 8 to 10. So I went early, like noon, to dig through the boxes at the shop first. And then after that, I went to the show. And so the show was awesome. And I found a couple of tables where I absolutely just slayed. If you guys are following me on TikTok, that post on TikTok went crazy. It has like almost like 30,000 views. And then obviously I posted it on Facebook as well. But I found 3 downtowns in a dollar box, not downtowns, excuse me, 3 home field advantages in a bargain box. And it was literally, they were in penny sleeves. Like 90% of the cards in these dollar boxes were in penny sleeves. They were all organized by teams.
World where there's still some people who don't realize that hometown advantages are case hits. I love the random
hometown advantages. I like that. Home field advantages.
Hometown. Where'd I get that from?
Downtown and home field combined together. We have the case hit spinning.
Yeah, exactly. So home field advantages. I love a world because if you look in bargain boxes enough, there are like random. Like I picked up a Spencer Rattler wired from Resurgence, and I didn't even know it existed. But you would think home field advantage, even though I don't know what it's called, would be known, right?
That's and like one of them was the Aaron Judge. So
I know.
It had a dimple on it. It had a dimple on it. It goes for like 120 to like 100 or 120. But it had a dimple on it. So and I got it for $1. So I gave it a good deal. It sold for $88.
Were they 2025?
Yeah, I think so. Is it 2025 or 2024? But I saw it was Andrew McCutcheon, Rafael Devers, and the Aaron Judge. So
was there other stuff in that box? Because that makes me feel like
God, yeah. I got the Alfredo Dunno First Bowman Aqua Sapphire to 99. It's like a $40 to $50 card.
How much? Is this a dollar box?
Yes. I got the Manny Machado Gold Topps Chrome Gold color match to 50. That's like that last sold for $50 on that one. I mean, it was I got like a stack. It's got to be.
I mean, they've got to be breakers, right? That are just.
No, I just think it was a nice guy, and obviously, like, I'm sure when that video comes out, people are gonna go rip me a new one. But like, he didn't. He looked at every card. I gave him every card too. I counted. He's like, let me see it real quick, and I gave him it, and he went through every single card, counted it up again, and then he was like, "What do you?" He was like, what are you thinking? I think it was 45 cards, and I was like, he was like, so what are you thinking? I was like, oh damn. I don't want to.
He put you in a predicament, yeah.
So I was like 40, and he was like, sure. And I was like, okay, cool.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give you 45. I'm gonna. I
had to take the extra 5 because I'm really tight on cash right now. But it was a really good buy. And then I also picked up an SGA X Factor for $5. I found a Roman Anthony Sapphire non-first. Which is crazy because that card, I was shocked. Like I expected it to be maybe a $10 card or something like that. It's a $20, $25. It was a $25 card all day. Non-first Roman Anthony Sapphire. It must have been Bowman Draft Sapphire. That's why I didn't even check. But I sold it for $20 already.
I think Rod had to put a new AOL disc in so he could get some more time on the internet.
Well, I gotta give Jen a shout out really fast.
I love this one. I picked that up this weekend.
Big shout out to Jen because I didn't even look through the football of that guy's table because I was so tight on cash and I knew that I had $150 plus bill that was waiting for me at the shop in in the other room. So I was like, all right, I'm not even gonna look through the football. But Jen, who digs through bargain boxes, and we're always at the same shows, always at the same tables. And so I told her, because she does more football and basketball than she does baseball, and I told her, she does old 90s refractors baseball stuff. But I told her about the football box, and so she found an explosive case hit in there of Quentin Johnston. And so she was showing me what she went through his $5 and $10 boxes and found some crazy stuff. And so she was as a thank you for me telling her about the football stuff, she gave me a Yamamoto to 150 blue color match silver pack 35th anniversary second year card. So she was like, here, you can have this because you told me about those and I got this explosive. So and I already sold that for $30 too. So it was an awesome, and plus the event is super cool. You really see I was telling my wife when I got home about how I can't wait so I can take Camden there because you have this wide range of people. You have older folks my age, and then you have even while the show's going on, there's people who are in their 70s with their papers digging through the boxes of 1960s
looking for
sets.
Sonny Jackson 1971 Topps cards.
It's you love it. And then you have the kids who are 13, 14, 15 who are slinging downtowns and all that stuff, making $100,000 deals. And then you have kids who are just ecstatic to open up a pack of score. So I told my wife, I was I can't wait till Camden's old enough to where I can bring him to stuff like that, because I remember my dad taking me to House of Cards and opening up packs and how much fun that was, and to see that still happening now, all these 30, 40 years later, it's fun to see kids happy about just.
That's something to really look forward to, man. Those are probably some of I'm sure all our best memories when we were in that age range where it was so magical and everything. And it's so different now though too. It's so different. Back then it was, prices mattered, but they were kind of mysterious until you got your Beckett, right? What these cards were actually worth. And then I don't know. I love just looking at whatever cards were in the pack too, because I would check out the stats, the year the players were born. It was fascinating.
Yep. I have a buddy that's trying to get his kid into it. And the kid sits down and watches the Tampa Bay Lightning games with him, watches the Buccaneers games. And he's 7 or 8 right now, somewhere in that ballpark. And he'll open one pack of cards. That's it. But he's just not into it. So my buddy gets frustrated. He's trying to find a way to bomb his kid over stuff that he likes. Because my buddy used to always, do cards when he was a kid. But because of me, he's one of the guys that get together once a month. We just rip packs and boxes together and stuff. And now he's trying to get his kid into it. So if you guys have any suggestions in the comments, about how to get his kid into it a little bit more. I know it's just going to take time. The kid has to be ready for it, but he's just not that interested into it as he was hoping it would.
Maybe if he enjoys watching the games, maybe do it during the game.
Yeah, when I go over the rip, we are watching the game together while we rip. So
that might help too.
Yeah. So I
also feel kids, especially nowadays, might not be as into it. Just because it's kind of I don't know, without the I guess, gambling element to it. It is kind of antiquated, just opening up and looking at physical cards. Like, it was different when we were kids.
Yeah, because there was no internet and stuff.
There was no internet, and there was no, I don't know, what are kids watching? Miss Rachel nowadays? I don't know.
So when you were growing up, did like any of you guys place bets with like your uncles or your dad or anything like that? My dad used to, he used to like have tickets sometimes, and I would help him pick numbers, and he'd let me like fill out a ticket
all
and stuff
the time,
like that.
all the time. I was so lucky as a kid, and it really makes me upset because I obviously used up all of my luck before I hit like 15, and it's just been downhill ever since then. So,
so it's funny is because like now I'll watch like a UFC fight with my stepson and stuff like that, and like he's like texting his dad. They're like he's placing bets, and like his stepbrother, they're all placing bets. I'm like, it's just crazy.
Dude, we would have a baseball game at Bonifant Field or at Queens Guard. And then after the game, we'd go to Sol d'Italia and get pizza. And my mom would just be like, here, give me some numbers for Keno. And she would just play Keno the whole time while we were eating pizza. So, yeah, that was like a Saturday day. It was like we go out there and kick some butt in baseball and then eat some pizza while my mom gambled.
All right, so I was able to get it pulled up here, guys. We're going to show you a quick video.
Round of applause, everybody, in the chat for Rod.
You did it, buddy.
I got locked out of my... No, I got locked out of my account. That's what happened. So I had to quick go back in, log in, because I have multiple Instagram accounts. But kind of the backstory here is, I mean, Tim told it earlier, but he literally trades one card for this entire stack. We'll let Gucci Rips talk about it. Oops.
And he is going viral. His name is Jose Jr. Check this video out and tell me what you think.
Doesn't look
hey guys, I'm here with Jose Jr. and we just completed a huge trade. Jose's walking away with the Tyler Shuck Green Kaboom, Tyler's biggest card, PSA 9, and in exchange we're getting Drake May, Vertical, Gold Kaboom, Messi, 101, Tim Duncan Downtown, Caleb Williams Gold, Kaboom, and the Shohei Ohtani Relics Blue. Thank you, buddy.
Honestly, that was a crazy trade. It's pretty hard to value a 1 of 1, but what Jose Jr. had, kind of crazy. This video is from Your Underdog Sports Cards, so if you want to follow him, go ahead and follow him. This is him right here. Crazy. This is a trade for the Tyler Show 101. Jose Jr. is getting Drake May, Kaboom, Gold rookie.
That's
gosh.
insane.
1 of 1, Lionel Messi, PSA 10. Tim Duncan downtown, Caleb Williams, Gold rookie. Oh my! This kid made a monster trade.
Like that. Like, in what world? Like, I haven't taken the time to comp all that out, right? So what are and I don't know, what are Gold Kabooms? Are Gold Kabooms numbered to 50?
10, I think.
I don't know if I would do that trade. If I got the 1 of 1 Tyler, is it Shug? Is that how you pronounce it?
Shuck. I say Shuck.
Tyler Shuck. And I could just like literally live in his apartment or house for a month. I still wouldn't even do that trade. That's an insane trade.
Think about that. No sense. So Drake May, who's the hottest name in the hobby right now.
I don't even know if I would do that straight up.
Gold Kabooms are 210.
Gold Kaboom. So Drake May, Gold Kaboom.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do that straight up for that Shug or whatever.
That's got to be like that. What is it? I don't even know if it was I think the Drake May was a PSA 9. I think the only one that was a 10 was but still a Drake May Gold Kaboom out of PSA 9. That's got to be like a 50,000,
which is pretty hot right now.
What about the 1-1 Lionel Messi?
No way. I know kids have amazing cards now, but if 8-year-old kids have those cards now, I'm just gonna go back to Burger King like when I was 16 because this ain't gonna work out for me.
So that's why they're saying apparently it was his dad's cards.
Okay.
And his dad.
8-year-olds are rocking those cards. I mean, that's when I'm like, what am I doing?
But there are kids obviously that I see it all the time every week, like kids that have cards like that. Those are all the cards the kids to deal with.
I will tell you, I think, you know what's going to start happening more and more in the future, and I hate to say this, is that we're going to start to hear stories of kids pushing the fake cards. Because I feel like either you're going to have some corrupt parents and give the kid, hey, take this over to the kid's zone.
I've seen it already.
Yeah, I think that's going to be more. I think that's going to be a bigger scam coming up in the next year or two. We're going to start seeing more and more of that because, like, dude, you've been in the National, you saw that kid zone. There's 100 kids there just in the middle, just passing cards out, making deals with each other, stuff like that. Or at trade night, when we walked around Train International, like there's kids all over just making deals, and I don't know. I just see that becoming a big issue going forward.
But like, there's no way. I don't think there's any like. Do you think there's logical sense behind that trade at all?
So for the backstory, from what I heard, is that he had already had a buyer lined up for the Tyler Shuck one-on-one
for $75,000.
So now, if he felt like, he had a card he can quick move, and he's moving some smaller cards to pay for it, I don't know. I don't know the value of those cards.
Okay, yeah, but so let's think about this logically though. What do you think that the other cards are valued at?
It doesn't matter what the other cards are valued at. If he's making a profit, he's moving that, and he can get the money quick.
Very true. Very true. And that's why I think like it's not. It's that trade would have never happened if he didn't have a buyer lined up for that card.
Correct.
That's what we're thinking.
But I think that the problem with that video is that he put the kid out there to get views on the thing that's making the deal with the kid. If the dad was on camera doing it, I don't think that would have been that big of a big deal. But the video,
absolutely, it would have been because of the trade itself.
No,
having context,
it's heightened because of the kid in there.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like it wouldn't be as big as it is now because a lot of people are going like, "Oh, you're ripping off kids," and then if you look at all the comments, then it's like, "No, now it's my first impression of you ripping off a kid." Second thing is on there, then people after he makes comments, they're like, "Oh, now you're just."
Yeah, I don't even understand. Like, I guess getting views, but I don't understand the thought process of doing that video.
Here's the
what
thing:
he was thinking.
When I'm at garage sales and I'm walking around and I'm filming stuff like that, like I try to put kids in my videos stuff like that, but like if they're doing like a fundraiser for like, a lemonade stand or like doing stuff like that, I do that. I put those in there on my videos because one, I tip them. I want to help that it motivates someone else to do that, but it's also doing a fundraiser, so it brings awareness to to kind of what they're doing and hopefully inspire somewhere else. But it's not like I just create a short and that's all I'm putting out there. That's like 15 minutes into a video and you'll see something like that. So like I'm okay with doing, but like just putting it up front with the kid and then a lot of kids when I'm at yard sales, they want to be in my videos and I have to ask their parents for permission. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like, oh, you're on YouTube. Oh, can I be in your video and stuff like that? And then like I make sure it's cool with the parents and stuff like that. But like, it's just I just think the perception of that video is a lot worse than the actual video and the actual trade of it at the end of the day. So,
what do you, out of curiosity, what do you think a gold Drake make? My God, there are just so many scams out here of like.
I just love that on No Bangers we're talking about the value of a gold Drake May Kaboom. We should be talking about a PSA 6 Bo Breakers card right now. What's the PSA 6 Bo Breakers go for?
Bro, a non-rookie raw Drake May Kaboom jersey number match sold for $35,000 scratched out.
35,000 scratched out.
So we'd have to know what the actual amount is because it could have been scratched out to $15K.
So what do you think? All right, what do you think it actually sold for then?
I can tell you.
On 30
card ladder and look.
Or card ladder.
Yeah.
Do you use card ladder?
I mean, I have it now because I have a PSA account because I finally sent my card. I sent a stack of cards to PSA get graded. So one sold one just sold for $23,400 on January 8th.
You're a No Banger guy, Rod. You need to get some scrap paper with you at all times when you're at a card show, and then whatever way the wind blows the paper, that's how much a card is worth. That's how we do it. We use our intellect and the mystic powers.
Listen, this is why people have FOMO, right? Because somebody sold a Drake May rookie gold Kaboom PSA graded February 16th, so basically almost a year ago, for $14,500.
Yeah.
That's probably, I think it's safe to say that a gold to 10 PSA 9 Drake May gold Kaboom is probably a $50,000 card right now, right?
No, is it a rookie year?
The rookie year, yes.
So the 2024 horizontal one just sold for $27,300 on November 21st.
Graded or raw?
Graded. PSA, yeah, PSA
27,000.
Yep,
it's $50,000 card now.
I wouldn't go that far. A 2024 just sold on November 30th for 27.
That's like 3 months ago, bro.
Yeah.
Drake May's market has gone keeps going up.
Massively different from 3 months ago.
Yeah,
and I mean, like a 1-of-1 Messi PSA 10, like that doesn't. That sounds crazy to me. And then we didn't even touch the surface on the Shohei Ohtani.
Well, there was a Caleb Williams goal
and
too.
a Caleb Williams. That's.
I mean, is all that
I
stuff
think
does,
he had.
I
think he had like about 100,000 in that stack.
Yeah, but it's what he had into it though too. You know what I mean? Like if let's just say if he needed the cash or something like that. Like if I'm a dealer and you come up and offer me a trade, I'm not going to trade a 1-for-1 trade. It's going to be like 90-10, 90-10 my favor or something like that, where, like I'm going to get some type of value out of it because I'm paying for my spot. I'm set up there. So like you're going to a card show, like it's always going to be
the devil. You're what we don't. You're the person we don't like. I don't care what you have into it. I don't care how much.
Yeah, exactly. The most irrelevant piece of information you could possibly give somebody is
you walk into a card shop and they're going to give you 100% of value of that card.
No.
Okay,
what you have into it's irrelevant though.
That's what I just said.
But what you have into it doesn't matter. What
that guy has into it doesn't really matter because I'm sure he's probably had a lot less into it. I'm saying when you walk up to a table, like he's not going to get a 1-for-1 trade on that card. They're making a trade. The trade's always going to be in the dealer's favor. You know what I mean?
Well, not necessarily.
Where in what world you live in that people get, they do a 1-for-1 trade? If you walk into a card shop and
because
you try
both
to make a trade,
sides have different people they sell to, that it might be advantageous for both sides to make the trade. Like if I got a lot of people who buy Dodgers from me, it might be advantageous for me to get a Shohei. They could have somebody who buys, Giants or Red Sox, and you make a trade.
Because think about what we do specifically, right? Like when I'm in a bargain box, I'm just not shopping for myself. I'm shopping for the people that buy from me. So like there's a lot of cards that I would never buy, but because these people want them, I'm buying.
You have a buyer mind, 100%. So, but all I'm saying is though, if let's just say that guy's stack of cards was worth 85,000, and if he was going to take those cards to a dealer and try to sell them, he probably got maybe 70 grand or something in that ballpark for those cards. So for him, it was easier to just make a trade with a dealer still getting extra value on that trade, and then he's taking that one card and flipping that one card. It's easier for him to flip that card because he already has a buyer lined up.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is like a lot of
people there's a lot of 1-for-1 trades. Maybe not as much. I understand the point you're making in that aspect. I'm not debating that. I'm just debating the fact of the reasoning that you gave.
I also would say that it does matter what you paid to you, to the seller, but it doesn't matter to the buyer.
Nope.
So, I mean, if you paid less, you obviously can give a better deal if you choose to. But as far as what a card's worth, on the latest sales comps or whatever, or even to the person, which might be different than the comps, what you paid, I always hate that. Well, I paid this much. Well, you could have very well paid too much money and the market's down, or, it could be the other way around as well, but you're probably not telling me if you paid too little, or less. So it's just, it's irrelevant information to buyers, and anybody who tells, I mean, I understand I do understand the nuance. If you work with people enough, at shows, you are going to probably discuss like what you paid for something and why you can do this and that. I get it.
I see it
in general.
I will tell you, there's a guy that I see set up at the lower Pennsylvania shows. And every time he says the same thing to me when I walk up to his table. And I remember as soon as I pick up the card and I hear him talk, I'm like, oh God, I remember this guy. I'm leaving. On the back of his top loader, on one corner, he writes what he paid for the card, and on the other corner, he writes what he wants for the card. And then he tells me that he's got a little bit of room to work. But like, it's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, I have no idea that the concept. I mean, I guess he needs to remind himself of what he spent on every card, But like that to me is just weird. And I give you another little bit that's interesting. My guy Landers Rips, who sets up at all the local shows, he has his own show. Does it like 3-4 times a year. One of my favorite people in the hobby that I've met through the hobby, and he does it with his son. Great guys. And anyways, he put up an Instagram story. I don't know if you guys saw it. I reposted it, where he basically said that they're pretty much done buying case hits. That it's gotten to the point where it's just not worth it anymore. he's like, sometimes if there's an opportunity that makes sense, yes, but like he's basically said that the like back and forth of like all this like high end stuff for like 5-10% is like so risky and has just is just starting to become redundant. Like he knows like if there's like a repacker maybe that he knows that he's working with, then he can make a quick move, then yeah. But like outside of that, it's become not worth it to buy cases.
Here's the thing though, like
that's starting to happen. You're going to start to see that more and more.
Is it even worth the hassle? Like for some of these people who do have somebody set up for the buy, right? Say you buy a kaboom or a couple kabooms for $1,000 and you can walk over 10 tables or whatever, or the other side of the show and get $20 profit. Is it even worth the hassle at that point just to go through that whole process? I mean, $20 is $20, I guess, but I mean, just to have that much of an outlay in and out.
Right.
20 that's one of Rod's favorite lines. Gosh.
Yeah. I get what you're saying to a point, but I mean, like, if it's an easy flip to flip, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like that's what we've built our entire
business
on.
It's so hard. Like, I mean, I guess if you have somebody lined up, that's a debate, but or a way to get the money right away. But gosh, $1,000 on sports cards. Me and Tim, you're gonna buy some boxes. You might buy less stuff, but me and Tim are $1,000. We got $1,000 going into a card show.
Bro, that's like money. That's like all of National. That's like of 2 4-row boxes for me of cards.
Tim, I did have a question for you. So let's go back to your card show pickups. All right, you picked up those home field advantage cards. What'd you end up selling those cards for?
So the 3 home field advantages. So I will tell you, in the end, I ended up paying like 86 cents per card. So the home field advantages, this is not net. This is what they sold for.
Sure.
So it was 88, 20, and 18.
Yeah, 88 for the judge.
88 for the judge.
You put it on auction?
No, I sold it outright. It had a dimple on it.
Okay.
And like I was getting rid of it. I paid $1 for it. So I was like, I sold that during a live on Whatnot. I sold the McCutcheon during a live on Whatnot for 20. And then I ran the Devers, started at $12 on Dibdit Cards, and I think it ended up selling for like $19.
So, question for you. Why didn't you take the average judge to walk to one of the other tables over there and just flip the card at the show? Because someone would gave you 80 and 90% of value. Aaron Judge is very liquid. You would have got, that percentage right there at the show, straight cash.
I don't know about that home field advantage. If you,
dude, those cards are going for $100 $120 or something like that.
But I'll tell you right now that thought crossed my mind, but one, it had the dimple in it.
Okay.
So the dealers are automatically gonna take that into consideration, right? Even though like apparently PSA doesn't bang you as much as for dimples, but people who are buying that card are more likely going to grade.
Can we get that on a T-shirt?
What?
PSA doesn't bang you as much for dimples.
But why not? But why not even just try? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, it was like 7 is literally like a 10-table show.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And so like I would have literally like been like paid the guy and then like turned around and
gotcha.
and the other table sold it, right? So like I a lot crossed my mind at that time, right? Like a lot, and also I'm getting ready to go to the DR. I wanted to move that card fast. And although that probably would have been the fastest way, I actually thought about sending it to DC Sports. If it didn't sell before I left for DR, I would have sent it off in my package on tomorrow morning and sent it to DC Sports. By the way, do not, I've been doing some experimenting with DC Sports. If your card does not sell on DC Sports, it is a bad thing. Yeah. Just so you guys know, I sent off 36 cards, and I'm gonna make $26 after.
Oh, wow! What kind of stuff were you sending out, though? I'm curious.
Apparently not good stuff. That's like
apparently not good stuff. I mean, I thought stuff because the way I looked at it, I was like, these cards were like they're very stale inventory, but like not like base cards, right? Like they were like some autos, like number to 50 stuff, first Bowman stuff, but like there were guys I was just ready to move on from, and so. I thought I would do better than just like running them at $1, $2, because that's a learning experience. So there were some cards that did better than if I would have listed them, and then there were other cards that just didn't even sell. Surprisingly. So I thought with that many eyes on those sort of cards that you would find people that would at least buy them. So yeah. So even if the ones that don't sell and the ones that sell for 99 cents, the ones that sell for 99 cents, at least you break even for. But if a card doesn't sell, your account goes negative, which I did not know. Yeah,
they charge you $1 per listing.
Exactly, because I never had a card not sell on there. So, but it was a learning experience. There were cards that were sitting on my desk that I specifically put aside for this sort of experiment, to see what they would do. So yeah, they did not do good. So that's another thing too. I'm starting to learn, like, if you do your research hardcore, like with DC Sports or any other consignment, I think you can do really well. But it's all about, I mean, obviously it's a risk no matter what. And Cary knows this, Rod knows this from running live auctions. Every auction is a risk. But like, if you do your research, you can find out, like, I've started like looking up cards and their solds to see like what's selling and how it's selling. Like I found these you'll like this one, Cary. 1990. I don't have them because I've already packed them up to go to DC Sports. 1996 Upper Deck SPX Radiance, numbered to 100. And I found a Tony Clark and a Rondell White. Not the best names, but definitely not the worst names. And man, those cards do crazy numbers, bro. Like especially like graded ones. So I was like, like something like that I just paid 86 cents for, like I'll throw those there, right? But like I'm realizing that it's tough. Like especially basketball cards. Whew. Basketball cards are tough on DC Sports. I think you really gotta like do your research and not just.
It's wild, man. Like there's weird. It's weird too because I found a couple players that just seem to do well there too. That it's kind of not that they're not worth it, but like they do really surprisingly well. And then other ones, like some of the lower end stuff that's like $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 on eBay. Buy it now. It feels like it's tough on DC because they might only get a couple bids.
Yeah.
Unless you just get two people who really want it. And then there's the 99-cent fee and the whatever 22% or whatever it is, 20%, 22%. So yeah, it takes a little nuance. I actually haven't sent out anything since like before Christmas. I definitely have a little stack that I'm considering, but I've been also trying to load up on Whatnot and put it out there. So
why would the change of the thought process? Because I thought you were trying to send out stuff every week. And that was your goal.
No, I don't know, man. Just going with the flow. I don't know. I just haven't felt it lately. I probably should.
You haven't felt it as your stuff hasn't been performing as well as it has in the past?
The last shipment I did was actually pretty solid, but I don't know. I haven't felt the impetus, the desire to send it out. I go and you know how it is when we do this for full time. Like I just kind of am trying a couple different things. I want to let some of my better cards sit for a little longer on my buy it now to see if I can get the top dollar instead of just buying and then directly sending to DC like I had done in the past.
Yeah.
And DC really is about what you pay for the card. So if you always make the money in the buy. So if you pay 86 cents and it does bomb, you're probably going to still make a profit, right? Wow. Whereas like if I spend $15, $20 for a card, a lot of them I'm like, I don't know if I want to risk it. I'd rather just sit and wait and see what happens. Or at least after a couple months and I realize, okay, maybe that was not my best purchase or it was a dud. I'll just run it and get what I can back. So yeah, I'm playing around with it. But yeah, I mean, I could be totally different in a month. It could be totally changed up.
I'm taking this kind of same philosophy where I am listing all my, because I have my scanner now. It's so easy. I just sit at my desk. I just go through a whole process. So this past week, I've been listing probably listed over 100 new cards just in the last day or two. And I'm going to list it online first, see if I can get some value out of it. If I can't, then after a month or two, I'm just going to go to DC Sports and just going to move.
Do you have Card Dealer Pro with your scanner?
No, but I'm using List Easier because I already have the AI program, and it works. I think it works overall decent enough for me. It's just just a new product like the 2025 stuff that may just drop. I would have to go in there and just adjust it. But that's what I've been using. It's been working well.
I'm inspired by you guys doing like the more buy it nows on Whatnot. I do feel like Whatnot has a decent shot to be a pretty solid buy it now platform long term. Maybe not in the classical eBay sense where you set it and forget it, but if you go live enough, it's a real way to move those.
I ran a sale during my live on Dibdit Cards the other day and had to buy it now loaded up.
See, I need to do that on Dibdit Cards.
Created a coupon for code because we can. That's one of the dope features about Dibdit Cards is that you can create your own coupon code. And so I created my own coupon code and like told everybody like, look, if you use this code, you can get 40% off. I'm sure you guys saw the notifications of all the cards that were going flying. I mean, like, and they were all loaded up in the buy it now section. And what I've been doing too is I've been taking cards from other sellers and adding them to my live because we can do that as owners on Dibdit Cards and helping them sell through the buy it now also, which has worked out pretty good too. A couple of people have sold some cards during my live stream. They've sold their buy it now. So
I think the biggest thing is though you have to talk about it when you're
1,000%.
You need to talk about it, and also too, Cary, if you have stuff that you need to move that day or something like that, don't just have it in your store. Have a stack next to you, and you can show it. Like,
that's literally what I was doing.
You need to. You guys, this is what
Tim does a great job.
This is what you guys don't do that I do. You need to have the wall. You need to have a wall. You got to have a back wall. Because literally all of those big cards that I got at the card show, I put them all front and center in my back wall, and they all sold.
How are you setting up the back wall? Just like a couple tiers, literally, how is that set up?
I only have 2 tiers, so I have one tier that has like 5 card stands. I have one tier there, and then I have another. I have like a little like plastic stand. And then I set up another tier of 5 top loaders and put that behind it. And that's how I have it. And then if something, I always have a stack of cards next to me. So like if something gets sold off of there, then I replace it with
I gotta talk to Dave. Dave maybe can make me something where it's like where I could just put like 5 to 10 cards
for sure.
Up against something like a massive card stand.
That would be cool to have that. Yeah, Tim, I'm actually gonna be getting a new setup here. I'm hoping by the end of the maybe not, but maybe next week or something like that. I'm going to start working on. I have a section of my office I'm clearing out to make a new live station, and I'm actually going to like put soundproof stuff on the wall there, and then I'm going to hook up a camera so I can do multiple cameras. So
yeah, we need to sit down and start working on OBS. Start doing that more. I think that'd be good for us.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to have that hook up there hopefully in the next week or two. But last week we talked about what Topps is going to be doing with the new product and what our kind of predictions are if they're going to do blasters. So they actually came out with this graphic I saw, and so we film our podcast usually on a Monday. This week we're doing it on Tuesday because we had other stuff going on, but last week the product dropped on Wednesday, and there's a lot of changes to it. So I want to get you guys' opinion on this. 2025 jumbo boxes were $189 with 1 auto, 2 relics. Now went up $10, and you get 1 less relic in it. The hobby boxes went up $10 in price. The mega boxes stayed the same price, but now you're getting 2 less packs. And the blasters are staying to be $25, but now you're getting 1 less pack. So my question to you two here is, is this going to be a continued thing going forward? We talked about Topps Evo plan last week. Wasn't quite, we talked about potentially limiting, getting rid of blaster boxes or just putting out more higher end product and stuff. But this goes right in line kind of what we were talking about.
I'll give you 2 things.
Yeah.
First of all, none of this bothers me. None of this chart bothers me really.
At all?
No.
Nothing on there?
Not really. Not when I'm looking at it. Okay, $10 increase. It's $10, right?
Cost living, I get it.
It's
I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
That's everything. Everything has been going up in price. $10 is not that bad, right? $10 price increase and 1 less relic. It sucks, but it's flagship. Maybe does this also implement that they're printing less?
We don't know. I guess.
Well, is it the whole thing where that they had the town hall meeting and that they were, you guys heard about that, right? With the different shops, and they were gonna, as far as I understood, I want to say I'm not 100% sure on the details of this, but they were gonna basically not have as many people getting as many cards, as many boxes, as many cases. Yeah. They were cutting it down, so maybe this is because they want. And from what I understood from people, what they were talking about is they wanted to basically not overprint. So this might be part of it.
Yeah, and
But
I mean,
also-
like, are we really upset about 2 less packs in a mega box of Series 1? Like,
nah, there's
that's
already
like,
14. Yeah, you get a ton of cards
yeah,
in a mega.
do I
mean,
really need more, like, 36-year-old
yeah, but 2 packs. So,
rookie
yeah,
cards?
2 14-card packs. I mean, you're going to get 16 less base cards and 12 less stars of the MLB. That's it.
I get what you're both saying. Okay, I'm okay with the price increase. I think the part that I think the sticker for me is like they're just reducing the amount of stuff we get in these packages, so we're getting less for the same price. You know what I mean? Like,
I will say,
Aren't people upset? Like, they're like, oh, it's Junk Wax Era 2.0, and we'll save that whole argument and discussion for another episode. But like, then it's like they do something like this, and people are upset. It's like people are going to complain about everything.
I think they can play around with flagship because they give you a lot of cards. They do give you a lot for the money comparatively to their other product offerings. I think this would be a bigger deal on some of their more high end stuff. But like a Blaster losing like 1 12-card pack, I mean, it's not. I mean, you would like as many cards as you can get for the price, but I'd rather them take a pack away than up it to $30.
1000%.
I agree with that to a point, but also too is like that takes away the whole fun for us. You know what I mean? Like, I love ripping packs, and now I'm getting less packs for the same amount of money. Like it.
You want to know what everything is? It's all coming down to this is the year of the hanger, right?
Yeah,
the hanger is the new Blaster.
It's the year of the hanger because it's like everybody's been Topps Chrome basketball. Like, nobody wants to buy a Blaster or Mega. They're gonna go buy a hanger, right?
Yeah.
But you see the one thing that's not on this list is what?
Hanger box.
Hanger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
they're going to have it if they do anything like they did with basketball, where they had. Did you see how many offerings? We've talked about this. They had a $3 pack, a $7 pack, 14. They have so many. There's going to be so many things below the Blaster, I bet, for flagship that we're not even talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't feel like you're being shorted though. Like you're getting like Topps just sticking it to you one way or another. Again,
you want me to be honest with you?
Yeah,
I'm not buying any of those.
I get that you're not buying this. But I'm just saying it's like
it doesn't bother me.
But you're still part of the hobby. I mean, that's less stuff going out there then, or people getting less relics. Like, I think the jumbo part kind of upsets
me. What, less
me.
relics than flagship? Like, what are we talking about? We're talking about that all that stuff relic is going to end up in the dollar box anyways.
I get it, but it's just still fun. It's something to look forward to. Like,
yeah,
this is supposed to be a hobby. You know, yes, it's a business first and foremost. I get that, but like, also this is a hobby, so we're supposed to have fun along the way. And I feel like getting less hits in the box or less packs makes it less fun.
Then why don't you just buy 2 hobby boxes and call it a day, bro?
That's actually what I did. I bought 2 hobby boxes. It's exactly what I did because I was going to buy a jumbo, and then I realized I'm getting 1 less relic, and I was like, well, why don't I just buy 2 hobby boxes, and then I have 2 chances for autos compared to just getting 1 auto. So I was like, you know what? I'll go two regular hobby boxes over the 1 jumbo.
Oh.
That's exactly what I did. So it is what it is.
Okay, so what about the blue X Fractors and Topps Chrome?
Well, that's a whole nother story. You know, they put on the blasters that you can get a blue X Factor in the boxes.
I thought it was Megas.
Oh, in Megas?
It was a Mega.
It was in Megas, okay. And then come to find out, Topps sent out an email saying that, hey, we messed up. You can't get that in this box. So...
now, do you think that there should be some sort of compensation for everybody who bought those boxes?
I would say, I mean, you're not guaranteed 1 per box. So they are, I guess you could pull those in boxes, right?
I think the argument is if it's teased as a possibility, then it should be a possibility. And if it's not, then that's an issue, right?
I think if you complain enough, you would get some type of compensation from Topps.
Because like it's tricky because they say chance at a blue X Fractor, right?
But there has to be a chance, though. If it doesn't exist, there is no chance.
Exactly.
So yeah, so that's that is the
and that's like the whole mega box mentality that I really am. I don't know if any of us are pro mega boxes, maybe Rod, but I hate mega boxes with a passion. It's just a more expensive.
Why do you hate them?
Well, just first off, like go look at the latest like Mosaic football and what they're telling you. Like first off, a mega box should have a guaranteed auto in it, in my opinion, or something of value, or relic. But that's even pushing it. Like I mean, blaster boxes had that for $20 5 years ago, right? So now mega boxes are way more. And like on the Mosaic one, I was looking at it yesterday or the day before. It said this is their tagline to get you. There's 13 parallels or something, none of which really matter. Unless you get the hot rookie or you get a number. It's just like I don't feel like that's feel like that's a draw. That's just bloatware is what that is.
You're getting 13 parallels in a box where you're getting what, 8 packs or 10 packs.
Yeah, it's like the parallels aren't even valuable then.
They're just regular common
in
cards
general.
at that point. Yes.
Well, Mosaic has really gone as a whole has really gone downhill. And it's like because I remember
they started putting cookies as a parallel. And
I really like those, and I haven't found one, and I'm upset. I want a cookie. I want a cookie parallel.
All right,
and
I
a
love
cookie.
It. I love it. I want that to be my ring.
You know what?
Ringtone.
You know what? 7-Eleven makes a good macadamia white chocolate.
What? Say what? Say what to the who now? A macadamia?
Macadamia white chocolate chip cookie.
Gosh, you're like Rod over here.
And you get 2 for $1.
You should open some packs and try to pronounce those. See how good you do there, buddy.
Macadamia nuts.
Todd Cart would be so mad right now with how you pronounce
what's wrong with macadamia?
There's nothing wrong with the macadamia. Don't let anybody ever change that. Say that always in public.
Okay, I do. That's how you say it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Macadamia, right?
Yeah, no, keep it up, dude. I love it. Macadamia.
Sounds like so Cary, we were
sounds like a realm in Skyrim. Macadamia.
I want macadamia parallels in my next Mosaic box, damn it.
So, Cary, when we were at the card show together this past week, there was something that the guy showed us at the table, and he shows that Topps is going to be, they're updating the All Kings cards from Topps.
Yeah.
And you kind of have a strong opinion of those cards. The new design looks awesome, by the way.
I mean, now I don't know if it's a classical case hit in the sense that there's one in every 20 boxes or whatever. I'm not sure how short printed it is, but I feel like that is the first premier. And you know, I don't love case hits, but that feels like the first real replacement for the Panini case hits of like a downtown advantage, as we know, a Kaboom. It feels like the first one that's really, in my opinion, the vibe I'm getting is that's going to be one that takes a real strong hold. It may not, but I think it's going to within the community, because I could just see that being the one in 5 years that people are chasing after. They look good. They're hard to get. They got a good premise, you know, all kings, all aces. It's a good just a good idea overall, I think.
I mean, I think the cards look great. Like they have them for baseball and they have them for basketball now too. So I mean, I agree with you, man. I mean, here I'll show you one. Here's
I just hope that baseball case hits start now that Topps has the one good thing I'm hoping that Topps having football and basketball licenses now is that baseball case hits will get the love that they deserve value wise within the hobby that the overinflated downtowns and kabooms get.
Yeah, they look good. Like,
yeah. I mean, 200 for a Walter Clayton case hit, and Walter's a solid young player, but he's definitely not like on the top tier of rookies. I don't know if that's what it's going for, but I mean, look at some of those prices. It's interesting. And I think you're right, Tim. I think especially when we see football come out, because football is kind of like the hottest thing, right? Once we start seeing all kings, or it's not going to be aces, but all kings in football, it might really increase the baseball market because it's going to be licensed.
Listen, you know what you got to do? This is what's interesting to me is what do you think is the rank these inputs that go into a case hit's value to you. Okay. So rarity, design. What's another one that would be good?
I don't know. You tell us. This is your game we're playing.
Okay. What do you think?
Possibly.
What do you think matters more, rarity or design?
Design. 100% design.
100%.
I disagree. I think
unless it's like a severely limited where like there's only 10 or 20 out there. But in a world where there's, especially with Topps, with basketball, there being all these different variations of case hits or a little bit above a case hit, you know, like there's a lot in that realm that I'm learning about like every day. It really does matter, the design. I think the reason why downtowns and kabooms are so popular and not just a random case hit is because the designs are just not every year is great, but the general idea of the design is really good. I think people have shown they like it.
Tim, you already started the conversation by saying that case hit, so we already knew it was going to be somewhat rare because it's a case hit. So if you're talking about it being more extreme rarity to it or something like that, there's a difference into it. But I think rarity does play because there's a lot of cool looking design cards that are only $5 or $10 cards. But when you add the rarity of being a case hit, that's when it kind of expands on that. So,
but that's what I'm saying. There's so many case hits out there. So the only differentiator is how much people like this vibe, this, you know.
But like, and then now I feel like downtowns and kabooms aren't even necessarily case hits. They're labeled case hits. Like we've generalized case hits so bad in the hobby now.
100%.
That like even cards that aren't case hits are considered case hits.
Well, the All Kings, you don't get one of those per case, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's like one in like 3 cases or whatever. But so they still
those should be way more valuable than cards that come more than one in a case.
I agree, but there's also a track record and rarity to certain things where.
But value does not. People need to stop thinking that value correlates all the time with how rare a card is, or else, every number to 5 Juan Pierre would be worth a lot of money from 2004.
But see, that's where I disagree. Is that so? Like,
we may think different, but the people don't.
Yeah, I know. But I think that needs. We should do our best to change that narrative. So, like, we talk about how, like, okay, so both you guys just said that a card should be. That it's more important to you the design than the rarity, right?
Correct.
Okay, and you think most people think that way, correct?
I would say.
Okay. So then how come an insert card that looks better than an insert rookie card that looks better than a base rookie card always sells for less money because it's an insert even though it looks better than the base?
Or how rare is that base card? I mean, how rare is the insert card?
I mean, rarer than a base card.
But I mean, you're comparing apples to oranges. We're talking about case
hits. But we're talking about design wise, though. You said design wise matters more than rarity, right?
I think when it becomes
saying earlier that you start out the conversation say case hit, we're already talking about something that's going to be a little more rare than normal.
Okay, but I'm just saying for conversation purposes, right? So then in that case, the design doesn't matter as much as rarity, right? Because it's not a case hit. But then if we're looking at cards that have rare print numbers should carry more value because they have rare print numbers. Scarcer print numbers should automatically give them more value. But because they don't look as good or they may not be the top player, then the value's not there. Like it seems like there's a lot of hypocritical thinking within the hobby.
Yeah, I'll reverse it to you. With Bowman, as you know, you deal a lot in Bowman baseball. What colors have a lower number than other colors, but yet the colors that have a higher numbers sell better because the color of the card, the design of the card.
Greens.
Yeah.
People hate greens.
Yep.
And like that's a weird thing to me. People don't like purple because there are purists still in the hobby, obviously. So like the purists want gold, red, black, refractor. Like those are like your true colors, and they don't want gold shimmers. They don't want gold lavas. They don't want gold X-fractors. You know what I'm saying? Like they want the true golds, and like it's an interesting thing. I mean, like you see it now with we talked about it a couple weeks ago with the Topps Chrome basketball and the Reds and stuff like that. Like how now they have like 5 different Reds for Topps Chrome basketball. And it's like sapphires. Sapphires should always be worth more money than anything else that ever comes out.
I think
because the sapphires are shorter print runs. They're harder to get.
Having thought about it, a little bit since we talked about it, like the Reds, like having all those parallels, I feel like it's got to be exclusively for like Cooper Flag and those hot rookies so they can be posted on Instagram because it definitely hurts the value of an average card or like a mid-tier rookie. Like if there's 17 different, Reds and there's 17 different number to 5s because each insert has 3 different versions or 4 different versions, an X-fractor, a lava, a true, and I don't know if there's other ones, polka dot, whatever, you know what I mean? There seems to be, and then they're gonna, I don't know. It's interesting what the hobby decides is valuable. One thing that's interesting and maybe could expand in future years, because I remember growing up there was a big emphasis on looking in the back of your packs and seeing what the odds were per box, right? Oh, I remember a gold ultra, a gold medallion was 1 in 4 packs. And if I remember right, the rookie was 1 per box. So if you got like a Tim Duncan, that was a gold. That was a big deal. Even though it was 1 per box that you would get a gold, it wasn't 1 per case. I wonder if they can mess around and maybe theoretically over time, the hobby may choose to start valuing a card that's 1 in every 18 packs, 1 in every 12 packs. You know what I mean? Of the right players, and maybe there'd be a little bit more than a base rookie. I don't know. Who knows in the future? But
I think what about? No, go ahead, Rod.
I was say I think the part that we're missing on this whole conversation here is first coming to market as well, because this, if you think about Upper Deck had a lot of these licensing. Panini took over the licensing in 2012, 2013. The very first Kaboom came out. I think 13-14 was the very first Kaboom, and the very first Downtown came out in 2016. So like,
have they really been around that long?
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
So I just looked it up because I was like, because I know that plays a factor into it. So going back to what Cary said, thinking about the All Kings cards, we're at that weird like in between stage where we're switching over from major companies. Now we're going to have a new run of some type of case hits that's going to be out there, but what is that case hit going to be? So I think one of the first, one of these big first hits that comes to market already has an advantage over a lot of the other case hits because of we're starting that new pattern all over again. If you look at what has happened the past decade.
Yeah,
so I think
that's a very good point. When is the license switch? April for football?
For football, April 1st.
So that's it. That's the death of Downtowns and Kabooms. Will be no more.
I mean,
they're going to have them in draft. They're going to have them in Draft Prism. Yeah. They're going to. I bet you they still. I would be surprised if they didn't have some sort of professional football product next year with vets. I don't know if we're going to get a ton of Nate Newton Kabooms or whatever. Unlicensed.
Here's a hot take. I think Color Blasts are better than Downtowns and Kabooms.
I think I love the Color Blast. Yeah,
I think they're cool. But going back to Cary, what you just said, they just rolled it out for Combat Anthology. Like, so what they may do is they may just switch. They may do Kabooms just for other things, like not do it for football or baseball, or maybe they just do it for.
And those hold some value, and they're and that's a good sport for Panini to get in, like the combat sports, because you could do some boxing. You could. They don't necessarily have to have logos. You just need the people.
Yeah, because Topps has the license for wrestling, UFC, and boxing.
Yeah, but you go out there and you get like a Bret the Hitman Hart, just get his personal license. I don't think people he's not wearing a WWE logo on his, bedazzled.
I bought a Hezbollah rookie card this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Who?
Hezbollah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it sold on Dibdit Cards. Nice too.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of Hezbollah?
No.
Why not?
Go look at his backstory.
Did you get into a fight with
No, I did not.
Small person?
No. But he has videos out like abusing cats and like other stuff. Like,
oh, okay. So he's not a nice.
Yeah.
How old is he? He's a guy, right?
Yeah, he's born. He's 23. So. Okay. He had some videos of like abusing his pets on like TikTok or something like that.
Oh yeah, well let me tell you another thing. I had a little kerfuffle. I put up a Chris Benoit card from 2003, and apparently he's not. He's done some pretty nasty.
Yeah, he did.
You know what happened? What he did?
I forgot about it. I knew that he had died, but I forgot about. I think I mixed up my wrestlers who did things that they shouldn't have, and yeah.
So people give you a hard time for it.
Well, it was quite the conversation in the chat.
Yeah,
I
will tell you, for me, and this goes with like a bunch of people, like Hulk Hogan, Chris Benoit, stuff like that. As a wrestler, I really enjoyed what they did in the ring and stuff like that. But like some of the stuff they did outside the ring was inexcusable, and so like I'm able to separate, the wrestler from the actual person, so I could still have that fandom as a kid, but like. Yeah, it does make it tough sometimes, especially a situation where you're taking out your entire family and the way like Chris Benoit did. So it's a little bit different than
do a little bit more research first before I start throwing stuff up. I'm stepping out. I'm doing more wrestling and UFC.
According to TikTok, we need to know every backstory and correct pronunciation. Sorry, Rod, of every person to ever live and play sports in any period ever, or we will get corrected and made fun of. That's just how it is.
I'm just waiting for Tim's Wanda Franco show next week, so should be good there, right?
Let me ask you a quick question, really fast. Okay, is Alexander Volkov the same person as Alexander Volkanovski?
Let me see the cards we got there. Volkanovski is the bantamweight champion. 145.
Okay. So they can't be the same person because this is
different names, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like Williams and Williamson.
Somebody was telling me that they wanted Volkov, and I couldn't find any Volkov. But I kept finding Volkanovski.
Yeah, see, that's the same thing. Like that's like if somebody asked for like,
and they both have the first name Alexander.
Yeah, it messes it up. Like if somebody asks on your stream for Chili Davis, and you pull out one of those mini Chili Skyline Chili cards from Allen and Ginter, that is not going to work. You have to find Chili Davis, Angels legend.
Volkanovski's gonna future Hall of Famer. He's a featherweight champion. He's done so much. I think it was on like.
So what about Volkov? What is he?
Alexander Volkov.
Yeah, Volkov.
KOV.
And there's multiple Khabibs, or am I tripping?
Yes, there's multiple Khabibs.
Yep.
So Alexander Volkov is he's the heavyweight in the UFC. He actually just fought in the last pay-per-view.
How about I like this game. How about Alexander Ovechkin?
Okay. Here's another one. I got another question for you. Would you know anything about this guy? Brad Katona.
Brad Katona. I need to see a picture.
He kind of looks like Jay Ride.
Brad Katona. No, not really familiar. He's a bantamweight.
It's a pretty cool card. 75 out of 75 die cut, Topps finest.
He's lost 3 of his last 4 fights.
Oh, that's not good. Hopefully nobody who's bidding on my cards is listening to this podcast. All right, last one. This was a cool one because it was a throwback. Like I picked it up. Damn, where's my man at? Like they've been making UFC cards for a minute, bro.
2009 is the first release.
Dude, yeah. I have some of the 2009 top stuff.
Dude, if you get some of those if you find a box of those like early stuff, I mean, we're talking like $20,000 for like a box, like a hobby box. That early stuff. Yeah,
I picked up, dude. I picked
that
up
old. It's 2017.
Okay.
You ever heard of this guy, Kyoji Horiguchi?
No. That I'm not familiar with.
One of the top talents to emerge from the Japanese mixed martial arts scene.
Yeah, so traditionally the Japanese do not do very well over in the U.S. Different fight style and different stuff. But I mean, you had a lot of guys back in the day from Pride.
Last one, I promise. Islam Makhachev.
Oh yeah, like the GOAT right now. He's just destroying people.
Okay, I got a nice 2022 Blue Prism Select.
Yeah, you should do really well in that. Yeah, he's a 170 pounder. This just a monster right now.
Didn't Topps not do like boxing cards for like 70 something years?
Yeah, 1952.
How do I have a co-signers Topps 2000? Is it just this is part of a different, like a set that has all different sports? Is that what
it's probably a mix? It's probably a mixed set. They haven't released
whatever this dude is.
Yeah, so Topps didn't release an actual boxing product for over 70 years.
Dude, did you see these that I got this weekend? These are they had Topps TV back in the day where they would actually rip boxes in like the late 2000s.
They still have it. It still airs.
Topps they have TV. Like who are these? The Rip twin. I don't know who these girls are, but they were twins that opened boxes back in the late 2000s. And then Rachel
they actually had their own.
She opened boxes, I think too. I think they both were. Yeah, they're Rip Girls, is what they were called.
Rip Girls.
Yeah, that was the thing like 17 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds like a Don West invention.
Don West was still around back then. You never know.
Like, we put hot girls as ring girls around the ring. This just make them rip packs now. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah.
Yeah, that's not. You have ring. What do they call them in the boxing? Ring girls? Ring girls. Ring girls.
In between the rounds, they walk around and hold up the signs that shows you the local well, it shows you what round it is. But
men are despicable animals.
So I will tell you this: when I worked so for those who know, at one point in time, I worked for a professional fight company, and we would do shows on HDNet. And when we would do our live shows on HDNet, we would have ring girls, and a lot of times we would have a local gentleman's club sponsor like a table at the show or something like that, and they would provide the girls to be the ring car girls. So it's
Quick little,
fun little fact.
UFC wrestling segment there for all the people.
I know.
In the chat.
Something different, right?
Oh yes, because listen, during the Dibdit Cards live the other night, we broadcasted some of Rod's wrestling clips.
So, dude, I literally just was like, Tim was showing us your wrestling clips. I'm like, when was Tim showing my wrestling clips? That's funny.
Me and Jimmy in Ohio when we were in town.
We watched.
Yeah, you too.
Like,
you Tim.
watched it.
We were watching clips of you full screen on the TV.
But no, awesome. we were showing it live from dibditcards.com.
I've never seen a man get suplexed so easily.
A lot of people were impressed, right?
Scoundrel. Scoundrel's good. He was a good wrestler.
I was a mediocre wrestler. I was a good gimmick, and I was good on the mic. But
there was one move that you did that people always seem to think is a really good move. I have no idea what it's called, but it's like the slide kick move that you hit on the guy. He was in the corner, and you did like some sort of drop slide kick thing.
Oh, off a chair?
I don't think it was off a chair.
You didn't jump off a chair?
I don't think so, but it was, look.
Take a guy upside down, and I used to do a drop kick to the face in the very bottom of the corner. Yeah. So, with that being said, Tim, or Cary, when you guys check your phones, that we do have a membership, and if you guys like to help support the show, it's $1.99. Be part of the Bargain Box crew. If you like to be a value box for $4.99, you get the podcast a day early and listen to this hot garbage that we put out in the interwebs.
Hottest of garbage. Or for $9.99, you can buy a case like this guy right here who likes to buy cases in the top level. But you can just support us just by subscribing to the channel. But if you like to provide some type of financial support, then feel free to join and do some benefits. We do drop special little episodes on the membership page. So Tim's going to be doing one here in the upcoming future.
When I get back from the DR, I'm going to drop a video going over the first top 100 prospect list of 2026, which is dropping on the 23rd.
And that's going to be very important, especially with the Topps baseball coming out in February and the upcoming Bowman releases. So you guys definitely do not want to miss that. But we like to give thanks to our special buy case members. Cary, do you know the buy case members who we have?
Todd Cart, 1971. We got ACW cards. Is that correct this time? ACW cards.
Yeah.
We got Flip 316 says, "We love you, my friend." Vintage Sports Flips with an S.
No S.
Oh, Vintage Sports Flip with no S. Keith, how are you? Not wearing the hat I bought from you, but I wear that most days. Kangaroo Doctor, if you didn't know, allegedly. Buster Chestnuts, what's up, Josh? How are you doing, brother? Sports Cards with Chef, West Coast in the house. Neon Penguin.
Shout out Neon Penguin.
Need I say more? He's a penguin. He's neon. Cardboard Bambino.
What up, Bambino?
Cardboard Bambino. Where Yin's at? Where Yin's at?
He's in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, probably, I would imagine, based on the name. Big Tom Sports Cards.
On Instagram.
Big Tom,
you guys go
on Instagram. Him. Go give him a follow.
Speaking about Big Tom, guys, Big Tom will be a special guest for us next week, so you guys do not want to miss that. We did have a question, guys, that I just remembered.
That goes off the rails, by the way. And shout out DZ Money.
Oh, DZ Money, 1167.
I will say next week, I want to apologize in advance for next week's episode, guys. If you're still with us right now, your ears will bleed at some point in time. So I just want to let you guys know. But Tim, we did have a question here on our the YouTube page. And
okay, while you bring up the question, I'm gonna do everybody else who's the lower tiers to get the fast names. So Lodi Sports Cards, Brown Jordan, Shaky 1994, Laxton and Philly, Big Go, Chrono Rig, Dialtrons, and our Bargain Box members, Derek Kramer 1595, Austin Nardinger 2575, P Bird, Sports Cards, Yam Starts, The Tank 211, and Chubby Ogorigo.
All right. So for Max PC1, I thought this was kind of an interesting question. I got a question.
Max PC1 was a member.
I would have to go back and look. I got a question. What is the difference between a $1 card and a 50-cent card? I want to get an idea about pricing my cards without overcharging. What are the different ways to go about it?
50 cents is the difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nuanced thing. You kind of got to know where you're at. I mean, like, because if you're in a certain city, just like stars from your local teams could be 50-cent or dollar cards, just depending.
This is the way I look at it. If you want to make money on your bargain boxes, because people don't realize that a majority of these vendors pay for their table spot just on the bargain boxes. If a card is 50 cents, it should be 25 in a 25-cent box. If a dollar card should be in the 50-cent box, $3 to $5 cards should be in the dollar box.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should look at your box and go, can I put this like a tier lower? Because you want people going through that box going, you want two things. You want them to go, I could flip this for a little bit of profit for us grinders, or, I will pay this because it's my PC. I'm not even going to think about it. You want that kind of reaction. You don't want people going in, look, if people are in your bargain box, dollar box, 50-cent box and questioning anything, then your prices are probably off.
Yeah, and you don't want to bring a 4-row box of all base cards because you'll sell 6 cards maybe.
I am a firm believer that
you're selling the whole box and for like a very cheap amount maybe, and it's a newer product or something.
For me, all cards are worth $1. I feel like at least, but like to Tim's point, you don't want to put base cards in there. I'm just saying is like if I'm going to set up at a show, I'm going to have something. I'm not putting out a 25-cent box or 50-cent box. Like my box is going to be $1 in there.
All cards are $1. Then you put them in a one-touch, right, Rod? And you charge $5.
And they're $10.
That's your specialty, man. I can't wait for Cary to do an all one-touch show this year.
Dude,
on whatnot.
I should. Awesome. That would be actually kind of funny.
You would break the internet.
I probably would. I'm going to be hyping it up, man. I'm going to be yelling. I'm like, gosh, do you ever go on what? I know you guys do go on Whatnot just to watch some of these people that are just yelling at people, saying that the cards are like, this is half what it's worth, and it's like 5 times what the comps are.
Yeah. Hold on. I just got a brilliant idea for the No Bangers Bangtown card show that we're doing later on this year. Cary's gonna have a segment where he's gonna go live selling nothing but cards and one touches, and Tim's gonna teach a class about how to ship with painter's tape and envelopes there. So we're good to go, guys.
And Rod's gonna talk about how to max out credit cards.
I'm about ready. I gotta up my shipping, by the way. $6 now to ship anything.
Yeah, that's why you because they raised the price on January 18th.
It's crazy. I just printed some labels this morning, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Tim's making dollar box and easy. He will send any dollar card to you for $7 plus tax.
I love how Tim just gives a breakdown of like how 50-cent cards should be 50-cent box should have dollar cards. Dollar box should have $3 to $5 cards. But yet he charges $6 to ship a $5 card.
If I for $6 shipping, you better send me a handwritten note.
You should
I want some motivation.
For $6, bro. Come on, man.
Dude. Whoa, dude.
All right, we're gonna end on that note.
That's some Tarless. Wait, I gotta be careful. Never mind. Allegedly.
Yeah. All right, you guys have any final words?
Nah, www.dibditcards.com. Come check your boy out.
Yeah, come check your boy out.
All right, no beggars on 3. 1, 2, 3. No beggars!
You better